शिमला में 67वें तिब्बती राष्ट्रीय जनक्रांति दिवस पर तिब्बती समुदाय ने चीन को दमनकारी नीतियों के विरोध में आक्रोश रैली निकाली। रैली शेरे पंजाब चौक से उपायुक्त कार्यालय तक चली। तिब्बत और भारत के राष्ट्रगान के साथ कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत हुई और आत्मदाह करने वालों की आत्मा की शांति के लिए प्रार्थना भी की गई। तिब्बती संगठनों ने तिब्बत की आजादी की मांग दोहराई।
And I would like to thank the media for giving our community such important coverage and a platform to share our voice. Finally, I would like to thank for their unwavering support. Your support and understanding is deeply appreciated, for it gives us hope and resilience to continue to strive and fight for our country. The statement for 67th commemoration of the 10th March Tibetan National Uprising Day reads, "Today, Tibetans all over the world gather to commemorate an unforgettable moment in our country's history. We honor and pay our solemn condolences to all the patriotic martyrs who selflessly sacrificed their precious lives for Tibet's independence and sovereignty on this day in 1959 in Tibet. We also express our solidarity with the political prisoners in Tibet enduring China's constant torture. We acknowledge all Tibetans inside Tibet who, despite the Chinese Communist Party's brutal policies and repression, continue to stand for the cause of Tibet with their indomitable spirit and determination." Today marks the 67th commemoration of Tibetan National Uprising Day. It is a solemn and historic occasion, forever etched in the collective memory of the Tibetan people and all who stands for justice and human dignity. This day honors the courageous resistance of the Tibetan nation against the unlawful military occupation of Tibet by the Chinese Communist regime. It is a day of profound remembrance for the more than 1 million Tibetans who perished due to armed violence and systematic destruction. We honor their sacrifice and reaffirm our enduring commitment to truth, freedom, and national identity. Above all, it is an important day to recognize the allies and enemies of our nation. On March 10, 1959, in Lhasa, the capital of Tibet, tens of thousands of Tibetans from all three traditional regions of Tibet gathered in unanimous and spontaneous unity surrounding His Holiness's summer protect His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Tibet's independence and sovereignty regardless of threats to their lives. Under the rallying cries and chants of "Long live His Holiness the Dalai Lama" for thousands of years, Tibet is an independent country, and China quit Tibet now. The first Tibetan national uprising for independence and freedom took place. From then onwards, under the brutal and oppressive policies of the Chinese Communist regime, unable to endure unbearable suffering, nearly 170 martyrs have been compelled to carry out acts of self-immolation, sacrificing their precious lives for the cause of preserving Tibet's independence, culture, and religion. This is the highest number of self-immolations anywhere in the world in the cause of one's right and country. For 67 years since the occupation, Tibetans living inside Tibet have been denied even the simple wish of seeing or hearing the teachings of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Instead, the mere possession of His Holiness's portrait is sufficient ground for arrest, imprisonment, and years of unrelenting torture and suffering. In its systematic effort to erase Tibetan identity, the so-called Chinese Communist government has been forcibly separating approximately 1 million Tibetan children from their families and enrolling them in colonial-style boarding schools designed to sever ties to their language, culture, and heritage, a deliberate policy of assimilation and sinicization. In a related matter recently, one case that illustrates the broader suppression of Tibetan came to light when Pandey Yishe, a teacher from Tehor Karze Monastery, was arrested in 2021 simply for teaching Tibetan children their own language during the school holidays. The act was deemed illegal under Chinese law. His detention went unreported until he was sentenced to 6 years of imprisonment for nothing more than nurturing the mother tongue of his own people. Meanwhile, the Tibetans in exile have continued to strive for the independence and sovereignty of Tibet by preserving and restoring our culture, language, and identity while actively pursuing initiatives on the international stage. Due to ongoing efforts, the so-called Chinese Communist government has been attempting to exert pressure and create disorder even within free exile communities through both direct and indirect means. Last year, the mysterious death of the respected Tibetan Buddhist leader Tulku Hungar Dorje in Vietnam, where Rinpoche's body was denied religious funeral rites and an independent autopsy, scared the hearts of families and faithful followers and devotees of Rinpoche. The incident, reportedly influenced by the so-called Chinese Communist government, highlights the extent of transnational repression faced by Tibetans. Similarly, in Kamzachuka village, Tibet, illegal gold extraction has been carried out without villagers' consent. Approximately 80 Tibetans were arbitrarily arrested and imprisoned, with 7 individuals having disappeared without a trace. Local residents have been subjected